Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde. Welcome to EFA68 on this Thursday, June 4th. It's okay to say I'm sorry. It's okay to start over. It's okay to pivot. And it's okay to tell the world that we may have overestimated, but we're pivoting and we're working in zones and etc. Like on EFA66, Vincenzo said, let's do it in zones, right? Because it makes no sense in Ottawa. We all agree that it makes no sense in Ottawa, Canada, not to have salons open when you can jump over a river, right? So today I'm going to talk about it's okay to say I'm sorry. It's okay to start over. And when I say this, I'm talking to the governing body, on previous EFAs, I've talked about ideologies, right? And once you create the buildings, once you create the positions, once you create the system, once you create the program, once you create the department, once you create something, they have a hard time pivoting. They have a hard time pivoting and changing direction. Or they have a hard time abolishing it. And when it's in place, you can't take it away. You can't take it. Once you create it, you can't take it away. Trust me on that. And they fight hard for that. But in this situation right now, you've created an ideology and you've created a situation that you're not actually basing yourself on all the full data, right? For example, the salons in Ottawa, Canada, compared to Quebec, Canada, where you can, cross the river, you can cut here, you can't cut here. And when I said this the other day, and I talked about the fine, I had a business partner said, I looked it up and you were right. You could actually go to jail. I said, yeah, you can do jail. The fine, the jail, all that stuff. That's real. That's real. People don't understand that. Those that come from the correctional world, the police, the law enforcement world, etc., will understand that there's people in jail that serve more time for example, if you were to cut hair, you could actually serve time and you can get a fine, right? Right now in Ottawa, Canada, for example, you can serve more time for cutting hair than actually carrying a concealed weapon in this country. And I'm telling you this from facts. Work in this system for years. There's people that would serve 2, 3, 4 months for something that, it warrants something, but they would serve 2, 3, 4 months in jail. And then there's these other guys that bada boom, bada bing, 10 days they're out for some of the most. It would boggle you. And I don't want to get into the particulars of files now. It would boggle you. But that happens all the time. And right now, this is a situation. You can serve jail time for cutting hair in Ottawa, Canada, but you could probably get off on having a concealed weapon, right? So let's move forward. This is why I talk about saying it's okay. It's okay. We're pivoting, we're changing, we can open up. Salons in Ottawa, you can open up. You can open up and please do this. Restaurants, you can open up. Gyms, you can open up. Healthcare centers, health and fitness, you can open up. And people go, oh, really? Yeah, you can open up. You should be able to open up. If I can go on a march tomorrow in Ottawa and I can participate with thousands of people, it's going to be a gorgeous day. If I can go tomorrow and participate with 1,000 people, 2,000 people, 5,000 people, maybe 100,000 people show up. We all see it around the world, right? There's thousand people praying together. There's thousand people marching together. There's hundreds of thousand people in some places that are marching together, but that's okay. Is there any massive spreads of viruses or COVID-19 as those areas? Probably not, right? Because most of the people are usually below the age of 60 in those marches. And then those that are over 60 are using precautionary measures like their masks and that kind of stuff. I dealt with a client this morning. He's 80 years old. He kept his distance. I swear he kept a 20-foot distance from me. He had a beautiful property, 20-foot distance, a mask, etc. And I got to respect that. You respect that, right? And that's their choice. And that's those individuals. So that's what I'm saying. You can open a health and fitness facility. People are training. I'm telling you right now, people are training in basements. People are cutting hairs in basements. People are babysitting. People are underground economy right now. Everywhere is everywhere. You, the system, you, the government, have created underground economies. You've exploded underground economies, underground everything, underground food, underground hair, like everything, right? Underground training, underground. People are training together. I'm telling you right now, people are meeting in garages. People are meeting in basements. People are meeting in backyards. People are training together. They haven't stopped. They never have. They never have stopped training together. Okay? So open it up. Open it up. People will go in with measuring procedures. People will use their common sense. People that don't want to attend, they won't. If I'm 65, 70 years old and I'm choosing, I don't want to attend today, I will do it virtually, then they will. The dojos will offer that. Come to the class, have it virtually at the same time, and then you could pay a membership, right? Pay the membership to the virtual class that you want to participate in. You know the people, you know the dojo, you know everything. You're still part of the group. You're still part of the family, right? Allow them to do that. Allow them to open the dojos to those that want to go in. Allow them to open their salons. Allow them to open their restaurants. Allow them to open their health and fitness facilities. Allow them to open it, and that the students, the classes, the clients, people get the chance to choose. People will apply their better procedures. The clients or the students or whichever will choose to attend if they want. And those that do will use their precautionary measures. We all have common sense. Otherwise, you can't allow marches. You can't allow everything. It doesn't make sense. Could you imagine owning a restaurant? Could you imagine owning a salon right now? Could you imagine owning a gym? Could you imagine all those bills that you're responsible for? And you're seeing these hundreds of thousands and thousands and thousands and hundreds and dozens here and dozens there of people meeting. You need a permit for 10 people or more. You need a permit for 10 people or more for a funeral. Like, think about that. I can go and march and go to a park. I can go to a big box stores and have food. I can actually eat at all these food servings and try this, try that. Then a bunch of other people will come and eat with me. I can't go to my bank. I cannot go inside of a bank right now, but I can stand with 20 people inside of a cubicle to put in my debit card. I'll walk into the bank. There's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 square feet of nothing, nada, other than 1 and 2 staff talking all the time. Together, right? Together. They're talking. But they'll have 10, 20 people inside of a vestibule, and those that want to keep their distance, they're standing out in the rain, etc. I've now bypassed lineups at banks several times. I bypass lineups. I do not do lineups. If I see a lineup, I just keep going. Just keep going. The stores out there. Get out of the cities. The stores out there, there's no lineups. Get out of the cities, right? Go enjoy the countryside. Go enjoy the countryside. Go deposit the banking debit machines in the countryside. Go to the countryside grocery stores. Go to the countryside. Go. Check out the countryside. Check out the freedom. Check out the freedom that you can see living out in the countryside. And you're still, I'm half an hour from Parliament buildings. Half an hour from Parliament buildings. I'm on 4 acres, right? And when I bought, it wasn't part of the city of Ottawa at the time with my wife. It was actually part of Osgood. We are half an hour from Parliament. We're on 4 acres, straight down shot, right? Countryside. Go down to the countryside. You're going to find out how there's no lineups. People are living more normally, right? There's not all the 10,000 eyeballs on you in the city. What are they doing? What are you doing today? None of that. People are living normally. And like I said, on the EFA67 here is about actually it's EFA68. Sorry. EFA68 is about pivot, change direction, allow things to happen, open up the world. Because tomorrow, politicians, think about you tomorrow. Politicians will be mingling with thousands of people, rubbing elbows, everything. You'll be on marches tomorrow in Ottawa. There's politicians in marches everywhere around the world right now. They're mingling the crowds. And those of you with gloves, please, coming from the world of corrections here, coming from the world of strip searching, I've seen more penises and asses and everything, pardon my language, but I'm going to talk to you as I'm an adult here. And then you talk to those in law enforcement that wear gloves. Gloves are one-time use, people. All you those out there that have the gloves, they're touching the cart, they're touching the door handle, they're grabbing the steering wheel, they're grabbing the cell phone, they're touching everything with their gloves. Once you take the glove, you take off the glove. You take off one glove, then you wrap the other glove inside the other glove. There's measures and procedures of doing this process, right? So that you don't cross-contaminate. And I don't want to I could do a whole podcast on that. But all of you with those gloves, please, look, there's millions of videos out there to teach you how to not cross-contaminate with gloves. So the mask, absolutely. The sanitizer, the hand wash stations, wash, water, right? Water and soap, all that stuff. But tomorrow, everywhere in the world, people are mingling, people are interchanging, they're rubbing elbows, politicians, etc., and that you can't open your restaurant. Think about that. You can't open your restaurant, you can't open your dojo, you can't open your health and fitness, you can't open your salon, you can't open your spa, but you can march by the thousands on the hills, and politicians are going to look good in there. And you know what it is? You know what it is? Because it doesn't affect them. Remember I said this? It's a recession when it affects everybody else. It's a depression if it affects them. All those people marching, a lot of them tomorrow will be on full salaries. They're going to be on work from home duties, people that are not affected, and they care. A lot of them do, and they'll say, yeah, and I know there's people that care about all these people that are closed, and they're like, yeah, let's just wait for the government, let's make sure. But they care, they really sincerely care, but they're not affected. And that's the difference. They are not affected. It doesn't affect your wallet. If it doesn't affect your wallet, it's only a recession. It affects your wallet, it's a depression. And I guarantee you there'll be people out there, they'll be marching tomorrow, they'll be like sanitizing like I am now with their gloves and their masks and everything, and, you know, pulling the party line, and because they're full salary. It doesn't affect them. It does not affect them. And EFA68, I just want to say, it's okay to pivot. It's okay to start over. It's okay to say we overestimated. It's okay. Start the world. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA68.